But then when I realized that life was much easier than what I was making it out to be, then everything just all of a sudden just came easily.
And it was just full speed. So you turned down the job. You turned down the 90K-ish job because he was like, DJ money's coming in.
Right.
Is there a reason why you got pulled into maybe the lifestyle or the thought of being able to be a DJ as opposed to taking this handsome salary and just working a corporate job and having an easy life? I'm trying to understand what pulled you in that direction, because that's a tough decision to make. I know when I was coming out of school, I looked at a corporate job like my lotto. I'm like, I get this job.
Oh yeah, that was the end all be all.
I'm like, I'm good. Like, I'm gonna do this shit for life.
Oh yeah, I couldn't wait to put on the suit. Bro, let me tell you something. I've worn more suits as a DJ than I ever wore as a full-time 9-to-5er. And shouts out to you because you're the reason why.
Oh, okay. I didn't know
but when I was at work, I wanted to wear a suit to work, but I didn't have to. I just wore like a button up and slacks. But I was never I had this vision of being in these important meetings and wearing a suit and tie and, honey, I'm home, and put your briefcase down.
Not honey, I'm home.
That kind of life.
Yeah.
That was the vision that I had. That's why I pursued this engineering degree, because I thought that was going to give me that TV show Mad Men life.
The perfect life, the American dream.
American dream life. That's what I wanted.
You had this passion that kept calling you to do other things. I mean, I can only imagine.
I didn't know, bro. I had no clue, bro. I had no idea. Like this passion, it developed later, but I wanted to be one of those construction boys. I wanted to be out there, making calls. And I went. I went from suit and tie to then, in the good old boy system. And I went down to because I was working construction. I went down to Walmart, bought the jeans and the boots and the button-up shirts to look like the construction guys. Because when I would go to work, I would feel out of place because I didn't dress like them. And I was like, I need to look like them. I want to feel like them, because I feel like they won't accept me if I don't dress the part. So that's what I did. But I soon realized, and then I shaved my beard because nobody there had beards. They all were fresh shaved all the time. And, they would make comments about the way I look. They're like, hey, Rican, your hair's a little long, your beard's a little long, come in my office and close the door and have talks with me about the way I look. And, I go home and I shave and get an edge up and cut my beard off. And then they're like, there's the Rican we love,
Did you get mad when they would say things to you, or you just like, this is just what I got to do too? This is the industry and I have to assimilate.
I never got mad. I just, I was like, man, I'm messing up. I'm like, I'm going to lose my opportunity. So let me do what I need to do to fit in. But then I started pushing back because I was like, I was at work printing flyers for parties. And, I think they started to notice that, even though I thought I was working hard, you know what I mean? People, and I'm not afraid to admit it, you think that you're working hard and you think that you're giving 100%, but you have to look back and realize that you're not. And I can look back and realize that although I thought I was giving 100% to that job, in the back of my mind, I was thinking about how to make this party pop more. Because that's where that's where my creativity was, because they weren't giving me the lane to be creative in the engineering field. Because I'd be like, man, what else can I do? Like, how else can I help? Like,
So
I want something to be mine, you know, this to come from my brain and my thought. Like, I thrive better when this came from me internally. This is what I wanted. It came out and I put it on paper, and then I watched it, the fruition of it. You know, it's like watering a plant and watching it grow. That's what Waxaholics was.
What is Waxaholics?
Well,
Before you answer that, you turned down a $90K job to become a full-time DJ.
Right.
So I can only imagine that you felt like this is just better for me. And
I did not at the time.
You didn't think it was better for you?
No, I just thought.
So you probably felt like you were making the wrong decision. You were risking it all.
Absolutely.
He's like, man, I'm fucking up.
Oh, for sure.
Okay,
for sure. What am I gonna tell somebody when I meet them? What am I gonna tell a woman's parents when I meet them and they're like, "What do you do for a living?" I was proud to say I'm a civil and environmental engineer. I work on wastewater and clean water treatment plants. I dredge the ship channel and take dredge material and turn it into islands. And we build islands for birds and animals to cultivate their lives.
That sounds good. I'll let you
right. Right.
Yeah, you can have it.
Right, exactly. I am what else was I doing? I'm all these things that I was doing, I was proud to say. And then to be like, okay, what do you do? I'm a DJ. I turn up and pour shots in the hoes' mouths and play records.
Oh man. Man, look at the.
You ever seen the movie Juice?
Yeah.
This is what I do. No.
Yeah.
But it
felt like a step down.
It felt like a step down, and I was ashamed. I was ashamed of it to tell people that that's what I do. But as I started moving in that direction, and the things that I was able to do more of, which included speaking to kids about the transition, understanding what entrepreneurship meant, beginning to work with nonprofits, DJing, different events around Houston, and just partnering with, athletes and universities and different people, for different tasks, like it, and then it started to become real. And then that's when I started to realize what I was doing was impactful and very much what I was supposed to be doing.
So you turned down this 90K job, and eventually you DJ'd, and you felt, even though you were ashamed and you thought maybe I could be doing something better, you started this Waxaholics brand. You started your own baby because you felt in your civil engineering career, you weren't being able to grow. You didn't have room to grow. And I went through the same thing. So I know exactly where you're coming from. Knowing that you're qualified to do what you do, but literally you feel like you can't breathe. You feel like you can't bring your personality and your human existence, your self of being into your work. It's like super stifling and suffocating. So you started Waxaholics brand.
Yeah.
What's that?
Not with the, go ahead.
Go ahead. No, finish.
Well, not with the intention of some kind of movement. Waxaholics, again, to get back to what we were talking about before, of what music has become when, that Atlanta, the crunk movement, all that was happening in the early 2000s, 10s. And I was like, man, I don't like this. I said, we need to get back to hip hop. We need to get back to what made us feel good, what was a genuine party. And I went and grabbed my records. I said, you know what's going to do that? If I start playing vinyl again.
So if you enjoyed this short segment of the podcast, here's another short segment to watch if you click right here. Or if you want to watch the entire podcast, click over here.